For millions of years, the order was pretty simple. Plants or animals, animals or plants. That's all you could put into the body. And those two categories make up what we call nutrition today. Nutrition has been hijacked by a lot of food companies in terms of the word and what it means. But let's make it very simple again. Let's make it two things: macronutrients and micronutrients. But the micronutrients are the ensemble act when it comes to nutrition. They're the phytonutrients, they're the vitamins and the minerals, the zoochemicals, particular types of acids, tens of thousands of micronutrients that essentially are not the energy, they're not the fuel in your nutrition, they're the information. The cells, because for millions of years of survival, when they ring up, they order and say, can you send us up some macro and micronutrients, please? That's what they're actually asking for. Macro and micro. It's like an entree and an appetizer. 50 years ago, we created this brand new category of food called processed food. And processed food, because it's manufactured by humans, and we're good, but we're not that good, really all we can manipulate, all that we can bleach, all that we can strip, all that we can infuse, all that we can repackage and multi-purpose is the macronutrients. Now, the part that we need to understand is that this is kind of like a mini-me, this Breville juicer I've got here. Have a look. It's got a mouth. I'll put a cucumber in. It's got a mouth. When I put the cucumber in, it goes into the gut. I've got a gut too. Here it is. And what's actually just happened here is that the gut has broken down the plant. It's ripped apart the cellulose, the structure. And what we've done is we've separated the water over onto this side, which essentially is what would be going through my gut into my bloodstream. This is what I would be digesting, all of this. And on this side, this is my bowel over here. So the reality is that when we juice, we are outsourcing digestion to a machine. We're sort of saying, hey, I'm going to give the body a break here. I'm going to let the digesting happening outside, and I'm going to basically treat water and the juice the same. I'm going to trick my body, yes, trick it, into thinking it's drinking water. And when you send the order for micro and macronutrients, and all you're doing is putting in the macronutrients because you're living on processed food only, after you've digested that and that's gone, what are the cells going to do? Yeah, this Joe, he kept messing up my order. I asked for macro and micro. He's only giving me macro. I'm ringing up room service and I'm asking for more micronutrients, please. And I get a message up top saying I'm hungry. I keep eating the processed food. There's the vicious circle where I'm loading myself up all on macro. I'm eating processed food till the cows come home. And the reality is my cells are trying to protect me, trying to look after me. It keeps sending that message I'm hungry because I'm not putting in the appetizer. I'm only giving it the main course, the entree. It's very, very, very simple to understand that, isn't it? And because we're not putting in the information and we're lacking out the information, we're only putting the fuel in, we're able to keep functioning, we're able to move, we're able to do things. Many of us are able to stay thin and do stuff and run and exercise and do all those things by living on a high protein diet, having steak, having fish and doing all that and losing weight and feeling great, but they're not putting the information in. Now, you can do that for a short period of time, maybe 5 or 10 years, but after that, it'll catch up with you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make my green juice. I'm going to pull out my 5 sticks of celery. I'm going to show you how much produce we whack in here. I'm going to get my apples. I'm going to have my ginger. I'm going to slice off about a thumb of ginger. It's about that much ginger. I'm going to pull out the kale. Maxwell's kindly laid out for us here, some beautiful kale. We love our kale. If you look at these colours, we notice how beautiful these colours of these fruit and vegetable rainbow are, and I believe that we see in colour because fruit and vegetables are colourful. We've already put one cucumber in, but we're going to have another one here, and I've got pretty much my half lemon is all I need, and then I'm good to go. I use the skin on the to juice the skin, the zest, because the colour is where the light is. This is where the nutrients are. So I'm big on putting all colour as much as I can into the machine to extract out the water. So I've got my 3 ingredients here, my kale, I've got my 2 apples, and I've got my 1 cucumber already in. So there's a lot of produce here. If you look at this, This is a massive amount of produce. I asked before, did anyone like green juice? Is there anybody here who likes celery? Any celery lovers? Okay, good. Well, you're going to do a thing for me while I'm juicing. I'm going to give these guys some celery. All right, so I need 3 volunteers. Don't need it just yet, just hold on to it. There's a bit there, and over here. Okay, so our 3 front row volunteers have taken about an inch and a bit of celery, okay? We've got the celery piece. So when I start juicing, I want you to start chewing. I want you to put it in your mouth, take as much time as you want, but you've got to chew it. I want you to count every chew that you have to chew for this 1 inch of celery, okay? Every chew, count the number of chews. And I've been counting chews all over the world, so I'll see how Vancouver goes with their chewing, okay? So you count your chewing. When I start putting this in, you can just go, and it's not a race, just off you go, all right? Now remember, with juicing, it's very different to blending, because in blending, these guys are blending their celery up in the front row here. What they're doing right now is they're masticating up all of the celery so that it can go down into the gut. And a blender does that. So blender is up here, juicer is down here. But what we're doing with this machine is we're extracting out, this Breville juicer, we're extracting out all of the water that is in these plants. It's like a scene out of Fargo. Right? There goes my ginger. There goes my cucumber. How's the chewing going, guys? We're still chewing, yeah, still chewing. And there's my last apple. All right, so these guys are still chewing this 1 inch when I've used Mini-Me to go and juice up and basically extract out all of the nutrients from all that big bundle that I just had. Now, how many chews? 38? 65. So these are the average numbers. Usually they're in the 60s. You're still chewing. You haven't even finished. Keep going, it's good. We like more chewing the better. So the thing here, I'll give this to the boys and they'll pass that out for everyone to have a taste. The thing about what's important here to understand, and this is great for kids, is that because we're competing against this processed world of Coca-Cola and all these sodas and energy drinks and, you know, coloured flavoured milks and so on, they're very, very sweet. And the Bliss Point people have been at work. So we need to combat that. We might need to put a little bit more of Mother Nature's best sort of sweeteners in, just for a period of time, maybe a week or two, and then slowly bring it back down to our 80-20 rule, which is 80% vegetable, 20% fruit. Make sense? But if you don't like the green juice to start with, play around with it and mix it up. I'm going to make now what I call the rainbow juice. Now the rainbow juice is a beauty. What we do is we get 4 carrots, we get a red apple, 2 red apples, we've got a bunch of grapes here, like this, and you can see really what I'm doing is I'm building my colours of the rainbow. You see, I've got all colours represented here from the fruit and vegetable rainbow. I've got the purple, I've got the red, I've got the yellow, the orange, and the orange, the yellow, and the green. I've got them all there. Pardon? Blue water. So now I'm going to put these through the juicer, and you guys can have a taste of these as well. And while we've got Tom over here, we'll see what Tom thinks, whether I've messed up on the cilantro or not, and see whether he likes this one. Once again, we're extracting out all of the, a few falling on the ground, but this is all right. We're getting it in. We get the whole thing when we do the grapes. We don't need to pick them off. It goes all through. Okay. So for those people that don't want to juice only and go into what I call the reboot, a great thing to do is to wake up every morning and take, say, that much juice. You saw what I just put through the juicer, and see if you can start your day by drinking about 3/4 of a litre to a litre, 25 fluid ounces of juice every morning to start your day. Do the 30-day juice test. Take all the recipes we've got here, we've got them online, put them through a juicer, and just start your day by drinking maybe 2 big full glasses of fresh fruit and vegetable juice. And then eat your breakfast, eat your lunch, eat your dinner. Don't change anything else in your life. Do everything the same. And I will guarantee you, you will have lost weight after 30 days. Your numbers will be better. Everything will be better. You're going to be less hungry. You're going to be satiated. And you're going to get the information into your cells so they can start functioning properly, protecting you, keeping you strong, keeping you healthy, warding off the flu, not getting tired, less sugar cravings, better sleep, improved function at a mental level, clarity. Well, let me say this, that a lot of people say I'm lacking time and I can't make a juice every morning. So my view is very simple, is that make some of this up on a Sunday night. Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays juice you can prepare, put in the fridge, put in mason jars and leave them there. So now you come down the next 3 mornings, it's all made for you. There's no time, it's just like going to the fridge, pouring it out and drinking it. It'll last 72 hours. And then Wednesday night, you're back on the machine again. That means only 2 cleanups per week. I'm nothing special, I'm no expert. I'm just trying, like you, to try and get out there and find answers to things and see if we can make it easier for us to lead a happier, healthier, longer life. All right, so thank you very much.
Cheers for Joe Cross, everyone.